Hi, John. Welcome to Divorce Court. We're so happy to have you with us today.
Your Honor, today's case is Cornwell versus Dorr.
Thank you, Juan. Dustin Cornwell,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have brought Jennifer Dorr
Yes, Your Honor.
to court today. I understand the two of you have been in a relationship for 2 years. You were planning on getting engaged this coming year, but now that's all on hold because you're having a number of relationship issues you want to discuss today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll start with you. Mr. Cornwell, what's happening here?
So the reason that I brought my girlfriend to divorce court today is she's just really mean to me all the time. She tries to act like my mom, and she even tries to dictate what I eat sometimes.
The two of you have been together for 2 years. How did you meet?
We actually met in a nightclub. She's a promoter, and I used to go there a lot, and I'd come and say hello. One night we actually ran into each other at one of our friends' houses, and her friend told me that she had a crush on me. So I was like, might as well go talk to her, I guess. And it's been from there.
Ms. Dorr, what do you have to say about what he said in court today, why he brought you here?
I'm here today because my boyfriend is just too nice to ladies, to the point where I think he might be naive about their intentions, and he just can't get along with my family. But I think that might be an issue with our engagement. I just don't know if we can get married.
So the two of you were dating. When did you decide to move in together?
About 6 months after we had started dating. I had actually moved away to better myself. And whenever I came back, I was going to live with a friend, but it seemed that it was just more cost effective for us to be together.
And you say that she's been very mean to you.
Absolutely. Well, there's been times let's say Halloween, whenever we first moved in together. We were having this big party. We lived in a big house with a bunch of people. So she wanted to make the meal, and she said, "You guys just do whatever you're gonna do with decorations and stuff." They went and spent $10 or $15 on like dollar store stuff, and it wasn't good enough for her. She got like really big mad about it, and started taking it out on me and the other roommates, and started ripping down the decorations, and said, "This is my party, and I'm gonna do it how I want to do it."
Did you tear down the Halloween decoration?
Well, all they did was block doorways with caution tape, and I didn't think that was going to make sense for people trying to walk through the hallway to get to the bathroom or to move around the party.
It's a Halloween party, though, right?
Caution tape doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to block all the doorways.
Did you get angry about it?
Oh, yeah, and he didn't defend me at all, so that made me even more mad.
And it's going back to like her being angry and stuff, like there was a situation. We had a bunch of friends over to like a communal grill. We have a pool at our apartment complex, one of our friends needed to use the restroom, and the key to the restroom at the pool is on our key ring. And I thought it was in the house because she was still up there, and so I sent somebody up there to go help her. And turns out the keys were in my pocket the whole time. And she came back and got extremely angry with me in front of all our friends. I think that's the biggest thing is like the embarrassment behind it. Like if you're gonna yell at me, that's cool, but like don't yell at me in front of our friends. And about keys, like come on, man.
Are you yelling at him in front of other people?
I didn't yell in front of our friends when he lost the keys.
You did yell.
And we talked about it after.
No, you yelled at me, and then we talked about it afterwards.
Ms. Dorr, you yelled at him in front of your friends. Why are you doing that?
I guess I didn't even realize I was doing it. I thought we just talked about it afterward.
Okay, Ms. Dorr, you say that her family doesn't like you.
At all.
And that's another really big issue.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
I've tried, man. I've really, really tried
Your Honor?
to be nice to them. Every time that we've gone up there, there's just a bunch of stress. And they ended up making us do yard work and like a bunch of free labor. And they corner me. And they're telling me how I'm not good enough for her and how I don't have a real job and just a whole bunch of stuff. And she defended me against her family, which I thought was pretty cool. But like, I just don't understand why they don't like me.
What's the issue with the job, they said? What do you do?
We do festival work, and they say that it's not like a 9 to 5, so it's not a real job. But we have started our own tea company, so they haven't said anything about it since. So
Since you started your own tea company, why doesn't your family like him?
It might be because he's younger than me, and it might be because he isn't already in an office job somewhere, and that's maybe what they expect.
He's 25 and you're 33.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
So they can just be really materialistic, and they just don't have a filter. So they're going to say what they think, and sometimes it's not the nicest.
So you probably inherited some of that from your family, I'm assuming.
It sounds like that.
that's
yes,
a bit
ma'am.
obvious.
So why have you stayed despite having those pressures from your family?
Because I believe in him and I believe in his work ethic, and he does well, but I just guess my family might not get along with him as well. And I really want my family and him to get along, so I want them to try. I don't want him to give up.
Well, it doesn't sound like the problem is with your boyfriend. It sounds like it's more of a discussion you have to have with your family.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Does she believe in you? Does she support the work that you do?
Yeah, for the most part. There was one time that she didn't support me. I was trying to start my own t-shirt company, and so it was Mother's Day, right? And we had been arguing, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend Mother's Day arguing with my girlfriend, so I just left. She was in the shower, and I just didn't tell her I was leaving. I started driving down the road, just to go see my mom. And about 30 minutes later, I get a phone call, and she's just like yelling and screaming at me and telling me how awful I am for leaving her at home, that she had stuff to do, and that the t-shirt company I was starting was just not gonna succeed. There was no reason for me to do it. It was just stupid. And I just hung up. She's gonna call the cops on me for stealing the car.
I had got a call for a job. I needed to go.
Yeah, but you can't call the cops on me for a car that has in my name.
So we both paid for it.
Excuse me, ma'am. So you left in a car that belonged to both of you, that you share, right?
We share.
So why are you calling him angry because he took the car that the two of you share?
He didn't even tell me he was going anywhere, and I had taken a text that was a job offer, and I told them yes without assuming that he hadn't left.
Okay, but you didn't offer that information to him before he left, am I right? So he did not know.
No.
Why did you tell him you were going to call the police on him in a car that's in his name?
Well, it should be in both of our names because we pay for everything.
It's not. So what are you going to call the police and tell them what? File a false report?
No.
What were you going to do?
It didn't really make sense.
Okay.
Nope, just cars in my name.
Just like those Halloween decorations didn't make sense, now you're not making sense. Now, why did you tell him that you thought his t-shirt business was going to fail?
I guess I was just trying to hurt his feelings because he had hurt my feelings that day.
Tell me about you play a competitive trading card game?
Yeah.
That's been a point of contention for the two of you as well?
Yeah, she says that I could be using my time better. I think that it's pretty great. I make money doing it.
No, you don't.
How do you make money playing the game?
They're worth different amounts of money. I've sold cards up to $600. I've made $200 in tournaments that I've been doing. And she's like, you can use your time better, but like I'm making money. And I think that making money is pretty good use of my time.
What's the issue with the card game?
Oh, he spends hours and hours playing it and researching it and watching videos. If you're not playing or watching videos of other people playing, and it's a waste of money. He made money like one time.
You gotta do research on it.
So how many hours a day would you say you spend with the cards, the trading card game?
I might spend 2 or 3 hours playing, but like if I win, what is 2 or 3 hours?
So you haven't lost money, is what you're saying?
No, I
You
haven't.
have not lost money. 2 or 3 hours isn't just an enormous amount of time.
It's more than that usually, because even when he's not playing, he's watching other people play, and it's YouTube videos playing all the time.
The two of you both contribute financially to the household?
Right.
Absolutely.
That's not an issue, right?
No,
But
not
he
at
should
all.
be working on our business instead of just playing this game.
And he has been working on the business, am I correct?
Not unless I have to bug him to.
But I do all of the manufacturing of the tea. But like anytime we go to farmers markets or anybody like that wants to ask about it, I'm always doing the sales because that's what I do. Is she does
So
all
you're
the
working a
social
lot.
media part of it.
And this is a tea company that you started during this pandemic period,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
To make extra money. And it's doing well right now, am I right?
It is.
Because of the work both of you have put into it?
Right.
And she even tries to dictate what I eat sometimes. We're both pretty vegan, but she just gets really mad when I eat cheese. Makes me sleep on the couch sometimes.
Or were you eating cheese?
Sometimes.
Is it true that you don't let him eat cheese?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why is that?
Well, because the dairy industry is disgusting and cheese is full of pus and infections from the cows being infected, and it's just a waste of money. I don't want to support that industry.
But what does that have to do with me eating cheese?
It's gross.
That's not your decision.
It's
Well,
in my
Mr.
house
Cornwell,
now.
have you had this discussion with her, sir?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
But you're sleeping on the couch
Yeah,
about
she
it?
throws it away and then she's like, you can't sleep in the bed with me tonight.
Is that serious?
Yeah, that's serious.
Well, you do not want to know what we're having for lunch today. If he wants to play and trade cards, that's his choice. It's his life. I think you being 8 years older than him, you are starting to act like you're parenting him. Take him as he is. or find somebody else. So trade cards a couple of hours a day. He's making money from that. If that's what he wants to do, that's his choice. It's his life. And if he wants to drive to see his mama on Mother's Day, drive a car that's in his name that the two of you share,
That shouldn't be a problem.
he should be able to do that.
Okay, but what about all these females? What about going with your ex-girlfriend in the bathroom?
Miss Dora, I'm not there yet. I'm saying to you, ma'am, I think you being 8 years older than him, you are starting to act like you're parenting him. 25-year-olds, he has a t-shirt company he wants to start. This is the time in his life, if he wants to try something new, even if he fails, this is what he should be doing in his life. He shouldn't have anybody telling him, you're going to fail, I don't know why you're doing this. This is what he's supposed to be doing. Failing, you fail your way up. So, you're in divorce court because Mr. Cornwell is here to send you a message.
I really...
Take him as he is. Or find somebody else so you don't have to create the person that you think you want to be with. If you want a vegan, date a vegan. This man was eating ribs before he met you.
Not so much ribs. Maybe
Well,
chicken.
Okay, chicken. He was eating chicken before he met you. He stopped eating chicken just for this relationship.
I think that's a pretty big step, you know? Give me the cheese, man.
Sounds like a compromise to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Miss Dora, you have something you want to share with the court. You said there is something about Mr. Cornwell that needs to be addressed today. What is that, ma'am?
Oh, he is way too nice to ladies. All ladies, any lady. He is so nice, he has no idea. I think he's naive to their intentions. I mean, one time I was working at a nightclub and I see him and his ex-girlfriend go into a bathroom and they were in there for a while and then she comes out wearing completely different clothes.
She was sick.
What happened?
So it was her birthday, and she was obviously much too intoxicated. She had gotten sick on herself, and all her friends had left. The people that she came with, they were gone. And one of her friends had some clothes that she could wear, so I took her into the bathroom and I changed her clothes, and I told Jen, I was like, hey, I think she should probably just come home with us tonight. Maybe, you know, and just because she's sick, like I was just really trying to be a nice guy. I have nothing for my ex. I'm 110% in with Jen.
What about the other options besides coming to your house? I think that's going a little above and beyond.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
you
and
think?
she thought something else was going to be happening.
I mean, would you just leave, you know, a friend of yours or an
I'm
ex
not
of
a part
yours?
of this equation. But there are a number of steps you could exhaust before an invitation to your house
True.
with your girlfriend. And you say something else was supposed to happen.
It was
Oh,
not.
his ex-girlfriend was acting like something was going to happen.
It was
like,
not.
Between the
Nothing
three
was
of you?
gonna
Yeah,
happen.
like she thought she was going to come in our bed.
So she did come back to the house?
Yeah, she slept on the couch.
That you're okay with.
Yeah,
I'm just nice.
I think I let the stuff with the ladies slide too often.
So interesting because Ms. Dorr, you go from 0 to 100 about the most minor things. But the actual stuff that is problematic, you seem not to make a big issue out of them. Why are you staying in the relationship, Mr. Cornwell?
I love this woman, man. 110%, Your Honor. I love this woman. I mean, look at her. She's amazing. She's smart. She's funny. I just think she's got a little bit of an anger issue sometimes.
Listen, I'm going to tell the two of you something. You have to tone it down with your boyfriend. You chose to date a 25-year-old. He's learning. He's growing. He deserves a right to be 25. He's not 33. You've experienced a lot of things that he hasn't experienced, but he has a right to live and make mistakes. And if there are consequences from his mistakes, so be it. Because what's happening is you're driving a wedge in the relationship. He does not want to be married to his mother. He wants to visit her on Mother's Day, but he does not want to be married to her. So if you keep it up, you're going to have a problem because he's going to be on to the next. Stop being so hypercritical. Stop embarrassing him and emasculating him in front of your friends because that is what you are doing. And you got to stop that. If you have a temper, you need to check your temper and learn how to handle your anger in an emotionally mature way. But you're getting angry about the smallest things. The big things, somehow, you're able to deal with.
Yeah.
You got to get that in check. And the issue with your family, that's not his issue. Why are you emotional? Why are you crying?
I just thought about my family.
You know, your family loves you. They want the best for you, Miss Dorr. But they also have to respect your decision and who you want to be with in a relationship. And he's trying. He works, he enjoys his job, he plays cards. If he has a right to play cards if that's what he wants to do. And he hasn't even pressured you to choose between your family and him. He just wants to get along with everybody.
I already kind of did. I chose him.
If you chose him, choose him, who he is right now. So that's something that you're going to have to deal with and address before the two of you, and think about before the two of you decide to get married. But I'm going to tell you, Mr. Cornwell, you should wait before proposing, because actions speak a lot louder than words. Marrying someone does not change anything about them. It only exacerbates the issues in the relationship. So whatever these issues are, if you are having doubts, if you are having hesitations, you wait until you see there is a real change. Because you're talking about a lifelong decision.
And it's one that I definitely want to make.
When you go home, test what we've talked about today. Order you a pizza. And if she says one word, you out the door.
আদনের বিয়ে ভালো হয়েছে